Hi guys, welcome to the next game in the Starcraft Remastered series between the two teams, Angdduk Tteokbokki and Tteokbokki. This is the second game in the week 1 of Afreeca Starleague Season 3. And we have two players over here. In the top right corner in blue is the Terran player JyJ, or I just call it JyJ. And in the bottom left corner we have Ggaemo. And these players are not old players. They're not new players. They're relatively old. They're both from the Caspa days. Ggaemo used to play for Air Force Ace, and JyJ played for SK Telecom. They are around 28, 29 years old. So relatively old school players. And what is the map here? Eclipse, I think, is the map here. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Terran has decided to go for a forward SCV, so I think he's gonna try to block his expansion and then try to safely expand behind an SCV barracks SCV build. Ggaemo, on the other hand, hasn't expanded or built a spawning pool yet, so maybe he's going for top hatch or top pool. We'll see. He sends his overlord to scout in the kind of general middle direction, so he's not gonna scout any proxy barracks, but he will see any SCVs as they move out. And Ggaemo has decided to fast expand 12 hatch, and this may be slightly dangerous against a forward barracks like this if Terran is able to scout it early, and Terran is going to find out what the Zerg is doing. And did the Overlord spot the SCV? Maybe he didn't, and anyways he's gonna find out after he follows up with this drone, and the drone continues to scout because he want to make sure that there's no funny businesses around the map. But surprisingly, he's scouting in the same direction as the Overlord. I was thinking that maybe it's better for him to scout the one of the two side paths to the Terran's base, which may help him to find hidden barracks and stuff like that. But the Terran has decided to go for gasless expand. I think that SCV is going to build the command center. At the same time, this SCV is helping block the drone, and Ggaemo has to bring a second drone over to make this expansion work, and still maybe he's not able to make this expansion work. Let's see how strong this SCV is, but nope. Ggaemo puts down his third expo, so we have a very standard macro game of gasless expand from Terran and 3 base, 3 hatchery from Zerg. Funny Terran bunker going up for the Terran, but that's not going to be enough, I think. I think that this SCV is going to die, but before it dies, he's gonna be able to put some pressure on this, and maybe, oh no, let's get out. He needs to save that drone. Can he save that drone? The Marine is desperately searching for it, and he loses the drone. Wow, that is quite. He loses another drone, and this bunker is gonna complete. Wow. That is crazy greed from the Zerg, and is punished by the Terran, and I think that that hatch needs to get cancelled. I think it's better than to keep it up, right? I'm not sure. There's just one SCV, one Marine in that bunker, and we have 2 SCV repairing. 8 Marine, 10. So he's definitely gonna let that base complete. The question is, how much damage can he inflict? How much damage can he do? Because if he doesn't do a lot of damage, like what we see here, okay, he surrounds the bunker, so that's good. And the SCV is not able to repair because they don't have space. So the 2 Marines die, and the Zerg saves the base. Was that a good trade? 10 Marines, I'm sorry, 10 Zerglings, so he has lost a lot of eggs to make those 10 Zerglings that he could have made into drones. Look at the drone line here, so he has what, 5 drones in the second base, a little bit more in the first base, and nothing in the third base. So I think I would say that that puts the 2 players relatively even. Maybe Zerg is slightly behind. If you look at the side, you can also see that he's slightly behind. The stack, is it late? I would say it's okay timing for the Zerg because the Terran also is focused on expanding and not so much on building army. Two barracks for the Terran. The economy has been building, is completing in about 5 seconds. This SV is gonna check around. He's not gonna see anything that is out of the ordinary because he would just have a lair or maybe Hydronet, but I think lair is more likely. So the game continues. So anyways guys, just want to talk a little bit about the, I guess the last ASL quiz. That was a really amazing series for me where Mini won the game, and it really proves that Legend of the Fall exists, right? Because Protoss is always considered the weaker race, I guess the kind of the sad or the unlucky race, because they, in terms of the number of trophies they won in the Kespa days, like ASL, I'm sorry, like OSL, MSL, it's always very little, even GOMTV Invitationals. So, it's very heartwarming to see Mini won it, and he wins it in style, because it was unfortunate for him to not win it the previous ASL, but he finally does, so that was great for me because I'm a Protoss player, so it's always nice to see Protoss player win sometimes, and he wins in the fall. But let's see what happens. Okay, this is gonna be a heavy battle here. We have 2 Sunkens, 2.5 Sunkens versus a full control group of Marines and 5 bats, and just 1 medic though, not 2 medics, right? And I think the Marine is just gonna apply some pressure, force Desert to make some Sunkens, and then go home. He forces 5 Sunkens, 3 at the second expansion, at the expo, and then another 2 at the third base. So I would say that that's relatively a good trade for the Terran. He heads home unharmed, but he loses some Marines in the process, but he's able to regroup with the rest of his Marines. So the game continues on for a little bit here. What is this? It's gonna be an Evo Chamber? I think it's a Hydrodent. Okay, so Evo Chamber here and Hydrodent over there. So quite standard from the Zerg, but so far only 3 hatcheries, right? Did we see a 4th hatch yet? No, so we'll see what the Zerg has to offer. Marines are kind of going out of the expansion just to spot any incoming mutas. The mutas are en route, at least 9 mutas, 3 from each hatchery is going directly for the main. Turrets are being set up. We have 1 turret near the barracks. We should have 2 more in the main and maybe 2 more near the expansion. The Zerg has decided to engage with the Marines. Not a good choice. He decided to back up, and he's gonna go for the main instead. I think that's a good choice because that many Marines cannot bust the front door of the Zerg, I think. Good first attack. 1 SCV killed. Another volley is gonna kill the turret. Yes, he does. And he is going to kill 2 SCV, 3 SCV. Let's do some splash damage here. 4 SCV, 5 SCV. Wow, double starboard. He sees something that is interesting. Another SCV, 7 SCV. He gets out, but he loses, I think, 3 Mutalisks in the process. And the Zerg is going to be in a lot of trouble. Is the Terran going to move up the ramp? No, he decided not to move up the ramp. 4 Sunkens. I think that's good enough to hold against this many. Oh, come on, don't! He almost loses to 2 meters. Okay, so the game continues on, it's quite balanced. The Zerg is trying to stay alive, rushing to very good egg block on the ramp, just in time to prevent that group of medic marines from moving up. And the Terran is what, doing 2 base, I'm sorry, 2 starport build. What is the implication of this build? I'm not so familiar because I guess he's gonna get a 2 science vessel, right? And how does that differ when it's just 1 starport, or is it for Valkyries? Sorry guys, I'm not so familiar with this Terran versus Zerg build, so I think he's building something, so it's definitely Wraith or Valkyrie. It's probably Valkyrie, right? We'll see. Double hatch expand inside his main for the Zerg, so 5 hatcheries total. The Zerg is still looking for an opening here just to pester the Terran a little bit, trying to reduce reduce the marine count, try to kill some straying SCVs. Oh, sorry, we have a kind of a laggy situation here. So the Terran has scouted something, the main of the Zerg, and saw the timing of the Zerg Defiler Mount. Did he see that? I think he saw the Zerg Defiler Mount. Wow, Zerg is so ballsy. He's going for the fourth base with the escort of 2 lurkers. Is he gonna be able to hold this? Because the Terran already moved out, so we'll see. The problem is the Terran going to be able to scout that Expo or not? Because maybe at this point in time he suspects an Expo, but if he doesn't scout the right location, he'll be in a bad position. And the Zerg is going to be able to make the Nidus Canal following that Defiler Mount, so he's gonna be able to resupply the position with fresh army from his main base. I think one of the building down there is the opening of the Nidus Canal. Okay, the Terran has discovered this base. Okay, he knows there are 2 lurkers on the ram because he can see from the amount of damage the Marine takes when he moves up the ram, and he immediately sends his force there. I think these 2 science vessels gonna irradiate one of the... Yes, he irradiates one of the lurkers, so that the second lurker will be just enough for the Terran Marine to take care of. Is he gonna move up the ramp, or is he gonna do another irradiate? We'll see. Oh wow, Scourges are in place. Is he gonna get those 2? Come on! Is he watching? Good catch. He kills 1 science vessel, and this base is gonna fall. There's no way this base is gonna hold. Well, the good thing for the Zerg is the Terran hasn't expanded, and in fact a bunch of Zergling is holding the Terran's 3rd base captive over there, and they're not moving. Oh, what is this? This is a double Nidus Canal. So one is going to his 3rd base. Okay, Ultralist Carven is set up. Zerg is looking for a 4th base location, so he sends 2 links to the top left corner just to clear out any Marines there, which he does. Now Terran is moving around with a total of 4 vessels, 2 of which have used... Wow, that is good search cloning, good search cloning to kill one of the science vessel, and then he also had a good irradiate to kill a lot of the Zerglings and the Mutalisks. But the rest of these Mutas are going to die. Just 2 Mutas make home with barely enough health. Okay, the Zerg finally gets his 4th base up, but I think that the Terran's gonna find it. Terran still hasn't taken up his 3rd base. He's content with just Medic Marine, moving around a map, you know, having map control, making sure the Zerg cannot move out freely, making sure there's no dangerous dark swarm near his base, and sniping things, like sniping this Defiler here with the science vessel. Oh wow. So the Terran has decided to expand, and they are able to kill... Yes, they're able to kill all of the Zerglings that are kind of guarding that expansion to the 3rd base of the Terran. Now the Terran is gonna clear out this new base over here by the Zerg at the top left corner, and also containing the Zerg in his main base, in his expo. Wow, what is this? How can the Zerg just sneak out so many bases? But this one's gonna get shut down as well. So 2 bases by the Zerg is going to get shut down, and they're still stuck in his base. But we see a stream of purple color full of Zerglings, lurkers, and what is it? At least 3 Ultralists are moving out. One is 3. Oh no. 2 Ultralists and 1 Defiler are immediately irradiated by the Terran. I mean, this Terran's use of science vessels is really immaculate here. And he still have a decent amount of science vessels to cast more energy later on. Okay, the Zerg is gonna move off the ram. Terrible positioning of the lurkers, they don't serve any purpose at all. The Terran moves behind this mineral line and is able to block and kill a certain amount of links, but they're going to get cleared out because this lurkers is too, this Ultralisk is too strong. He tries again at expanding, and we'll see. Is he gonna make it? Two science vessel. Wow, just amazing science vessel positioning. He's able to find places where there are no scourges, and he's able to cast really key radiates. But the Zerg is counter attack. Careful, guys. This is dangerously close to the Terran's expand. Let's see if the Zerg is able to do it. He's gonna scan the first Defiler Mount, the first Dark Swarm. Is he able to cast the second? Yes, he's gonna move into the third base of the Terran. Come on, let's cast another one. This one blocks. It's very good block because this one will keep all of the Marines stuck here. Or the Marines just kind of move around. I think this is a good move for the Zerg, guys. Two of the Ultralisks here are irradiated, but that he doesn't care. He's able to use the irradiate to kind of also damage the SCV. That was considerable damage, guys, to that the Zerg was able to inflict on the Terran at this point. And wow, double expand. The Zerg is everywhere. Oh wow, Swarm is too good. Swarm is too good. All of these units are plague and they're not able to attack, but you see, maybe just 5 Zergling is able to kill 5 Marines. Terrible positioning of the science vessel. 3 of them were killed there. And the Zerg continued to push up. The Zerg is all over the freaking place, guys. He's making 2 expansion. He's threatening the Terran's 3rd base. He's moving all across the map with multiple defilers and multiple ultra-link groups. This is a really amazing move, but the Terran is also doing some crazy move. Well, good hold position on the Ultralisk to keep that, come on, oh, wow, come on, Nidus Canal, are you going to be able to succeed? Move your army over. The Zerg loses one of his Nidus Canal, but is he able to reinforce here? He makes another another Nidus Canal. Good catch on the science vessel. The Terran is running out of steam, I think. Look, but the Zerg loses a hatchery anyways. But that's okay, guys, because the Zerg has another hatchery here. He needs to immediately get gas. He needs gas. His gas is falling very low at this point. The Terran is moving out across the map, eyeing for the 10 o'clock position. He changes location and he moves here instead, and he immediately kills 2 Ultralisks who are out of position. Nope, one of them is killed, the other one is heavily damaged. Another one yet is irradiated, and the science vessel also irradiates another defiler, and the Zerg army melted. Zerg is fortifying his 4th position as well as rebuilding his 5th base over here. And multiple Nidus can now set up everywhere. This is gonna make the Zerg... what is this? Come on, move up the ramp. He's not moving up the ramp. He needs to go up the ramp to get the positional advantage. And yes, he does. And that... Ultralisk should move into the line of the SCVs to inflict splash damage on them. Terran is moving around, he's threatening the 3rd base of the Zerg, but no, he's just juggling for position, and then he immediately moves back. 3 Ultralisks and a bunch of links somehow just get into the Terran base. Where's the Terran army? He's busy attacking Zerg's positions, but he forgets to defend his own, and we have chaos in the middle of the map. 3 battles are happening at the same time. We have Terran winning this battle and then threatening the 4th expansion, whereas 5 Marines is threatening the 5th expansion, but I think it's okay because Zerg has 2 Ultralisks over there. This battle is also getting underway. Terran is evacuating the SCVs, but the Terran critically clears out this base, and this base has gas. So the Zerg is not able to keep his gas supplies over here. One stray eraser trick at this point in the map, and I think Ggaemo is falling apart. He's not paying attention. He is not paying attention because he's fighting 4 or 5 different battles at once. He finally sees it with, but the Terran doesn't have mining. Terran doesn't have mining, guys. His Expo is almost dead. Is he able to win this game if he can stop the Terran from mining the Zerg? The Zerg is clearing out his position, but I don't think this is important because there's nothing else here. Everything is dead. I think he needs to focus on getting rid of those 5 sciences so they're in the red. They need to get some Scourge or 1 Mutas to snipe them because their energy is going to get a lot of problems for the Terran later. I mean for the Zerg later. The Zerg is having a good advantage, guys, because now everything that he has is used to storm this 3rd expansion. Good catch with the Scourge. I think the game is in the hand of the Zerg, guys. GG by JyJ. Good game.